This is Cindy from Boise Creative Living. I'll do a quick little garden tour here. It's been a while. This is a good time to do it because it just rained last night. It's one of the first good deep rains we've had here with the monsoon season. I've just had sprinkles before this, so all my plants are happy. I've been working in my backyard doing a little landscaping here. Oh, we have Lily going crazy. She's happy to play. Goji berries growing here. They're doing awesome. They were pretty scraggly. I started them from seed in the house, and they weren't looking too good, but they've really come along. They're bushing out nicely. I don't have too much but weeds growing in here. I tried planting grapes against that, and they didn't take off. I think I need to continue enriching the soil. But I do have a lot of purslane growing. Well, cayenne peppers just growing from seed. They have a long ways to go. Hopefully they do something soon. This is a tree I saved. It was pretty close to the house for excavating and it had to be filled in here. But I managed to make that work. A few things growing in here, but the rabbits get them once in a while, so not real good success with that yet. But my black-eyed Susans are doing wonderful. Stray sunflower. And this was the project I have been doing. It turned out really nice. I did the patio block there. I did this crushed granite underneath it and then a layer of sand. And I'm working on some terracing here. I need to get more materials. And those big pots, those planters I got at Walmart for $9. They were on sale. And my patio set I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $150. That was amazing. I was trying to decide what to do with my windbreak. And I think I'll still paint it a light gray color, but fabric works on it for now. That was just called shade fabric, and you can get it in different sizes. So it's just screwed up on there. And with the different levels there, it's going to make a nice spot for barbecuing there. You can see my fence out there. My little archway, a few more planters around the pots, potted plants. I had my trailer here for a while, but it's become a nice place for my dining table there, patio table. And here's the garden. Spinach is done. I planted more radishes. I haven't had real good luck with radishes. It might be a timing thing. My sweet alyssum is just, I planted that last year, just a few plants I bought, and it spreads. So I pull some of it out, but I leave a lot of it go. And it does deter pest a bit, so I left it in with the kale. Although my kale did get a bad case of aphids. So I pretty much just cut it all back and sprayed with neem oil, and it's come back better without the aphids. Bee balm's attracting bees. I had no idea that plant would get 5 feet wide and 4 feet tall. It's huge. That'll be divided. I like my freckles lettuce. I can just pick that by the head. I think I have more seeds in there since I pulled out the red lettuce, which did really good. Some of that will grow back. A couple tomatoes in there that aren't doing well. That one doesn't look real hot. I grew all these from seeds. That one's doing good. There's one over there that's doing well. And this one's doing really well. I didn't plan on it being in there, but I think that's a leftover from chocolate sprinkles cherry tomatoes, which I didn't know would come back true from seed, but I think they are. And then I have my little Mexican cucumbers. Russian sage is like in that spot, and my other sage I'm going to have to move because that will get big. My hollyhocks were beautiful. There's still a few blooms on them. Oh, I've got these caterpillars on some of my dill, but I am pretty sure those turn into a butterfly. And I had seeded a lot of dill in here, so I'm sacrificing some of my dill for butterflies. I think that's a fair trade-off. I am on my second batch of peas here. I just eat them out of the garden, so I don't have too many planted. A little bit of Swiss chard. There's a little bit of strawberry spinach that just didn't germinate real well. I have like a little gate fence there. I mostly just step over it. But I've kind of have this whole area caged off with poultry netting to keep rabbits out. Here's more of these friends. They've grown a lot. But like I said, I have plenty of dill. So they're doing okay. I have some yarrow back there. I have another spot of that in here too. Planted some marigolds to keep some bugs and stuff away. That's a San Marzano bush tomato. It's not looking real hot. The leaves are getting yellow. This one's got yellow. I think I'm going to prune that one back to just one branch and see if it takes off. But I tore out one of those and planted a new cherry yellow tomato. Had to give up on that one. There's another stunted baby. It just had a hard time getting going. It's hiding by the dill now, and there are some green tomatoes on there. There's even more to the back. This is another one that it came back after not being a healthy baby. I'm not giving up on it yet. My artichokes I planted from seed, they're looking pretty good. There's little cherry tomatoes here. And they have this curly leaf thing going on that they don't look too hot. They put out a little fruit, but there are rats in here. I think I got them both though. This is another cherry tomato. This is a Paul Robinson. It did get attacked by a hornworm, so it's got to come back from that. Sometimes they come back pretty strong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? It kind of helps. Some of the plants do that too. Rhubarb from seed. Might be something good next year. Another bee balm, which the rats trimmed back, and this one didn't get as large. But I've got all my hollyhocks along here. Hollyhocks, sometimes they're biennial, sometimes they're perennial, so I'll have to see what happens next year. But I do want to get some more started so that they can overlap if they are biennial. Had edible chrysanthemum. They're kind of at the end of their life now. It's a little ice plant in there. It survived from last year. These are zucchinis in that raised bed. And I have a cattle panel arch here. Those are some different varieties of cucumbers. They got a slow start. They got pruned back by the rats. A watermelon thankfully came back. Those baby watermelons. But I have these rouge pumpkins on this side. They get kind of a reddish color. And I do have a few bugs. I've been treating with diatomaceous earth and neem oil, kind of alternating every once in a while. I keep them down, keep the bugs down a little bit. Now this is my rat trap. This worked better than any rat trap I could buy. I have rat traps set all over, store-bought kind. But this, well, the leaf is sinking now, but I had a squash leaf sitting in there, it kind of floated. I put peanut butter on it, and I got 2 rats very quickly doing that. They just fall in the bucket of water and can't get out. So 2 rats were in the garden. Another one there I set, because I noticed they would eat some of the beans here, so some are stunted and not growing over. Morning, Fred. I have to get you something to eat. Those are Scarlet Runner beans on this side, and Kentucky Wonders on this side. Both doing pretty well. Tomatillo are not doing so hot. There's a hornworm on there. I killed 4 or 5 off of here. And there's another bug that gets these plants. So I am just going to leave these here because they are attracting hornworms to them instead of my tomato plants. So it's kind of a kind of a trap set for them. I can find them on there without them getting my tomatoes. Black raspberry, that has been spreading, and I actually have some berries that are green. Oh, ladybug, good thing. Or bee balm, that was from a baby I transplanted. They will spread, you can see all the babies. I'm gonna have to move those to different spots because that big one takes a lot of space. I have 1 red raspberry. Not doing super hot, but it's not dead yet. I had like 3 of them die. I don't give up on them really easy. This is probably a Hubbard squash. I had another type of squash planted in there too, and it never sprouted. I believe it's Hubbard squash. I wanted something for saving over falls. I'll save it over the fall in the shed, over the winter. I have a shed that has a water tank in it, so it never freezes in there. Well, this is it. So thanks for joining me again in my little garden tour. I'll keep you posted on what's happening in here. It's growing fast. Thanks for watching.